Okay. All right. So I think we're all good then. I'm going to turn the time over to Lonnie. So Lonnie Campbell is our president of the chamber, and we've got Shaylee as our vice president here, and then I'm the executive director. And so that's kind of who's on the call. And our plan is just to release these recordings for our members and put it on our website and whatnot once we have everybody done. And I'm going to turn the time over to Lonnie just to kind of tell you a little bit about the chamber, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right, Anthony, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
As you know, the chamber always has the businesses of Moab, or the best interest of businesses in Moab. So most of these questions that you're going to get, we're hoping to see what your business-minded answer is to them.
Okay.
Like we said, we are interested in everyone's opinion on this and what you can do for our business community. So with that being said, it's going to be 5 questions. You'll have 2 minutes, as you can see on the timer, to answer them. We do ask that you try to keep your answers business related, and we look forward to hearing what you've got.
Okay.
All right. And before we go into the questions, Anthony, we were going to just give you, a couple of minutes to introduce yourself.
Okay. So right now, or
yeah, yep, go right ahead.
Okay. So my name's Anthony Charles. I'm born and raised local. I've lived here for the most part my entire life. Yeah, and I see things going in the wrong direction in this town, and it's time to do something different. Change the outcome of everybody's future here a little bit.
All right.
I'm 42 years old. I just got in a community rebuild house. I guess my family helped settle this area in the 1800s. My grandpa was the one that made the
Oh.
Still there?
Yep, there you are.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to stay in a place where I can get connection.
I know. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm born and raised here, and it's just time that the city starts, or I guess the community starts to get something out of the tourism and the businesses.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and post these these questions into the chat. And then I will ask a question and we'll start the timer for your answer. And we'll just go down the list. Are you ready for that?
Yep.
All right. Do you see those questions in the chat there?
I don't, I barely have any stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I will go ahead and just ask then. The first question is, what role do you think our local government should play in the growth and development of local business? Are you there, Anthony?
Yes, sorry.
Oh,
we need to
we missed that. We missed that. Can you start again?
Oh, okay. So we're so jam-packed in this valley, and everybody is like not able to do a lot of things here, or like, be able to expand. We need to expand north of town, out by the Dead Horse Point turnoff, out that way, and then we can have a different style of business out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's it for that question, right?
Yeah, well, we can also make other things, like there's been a talk about the mass transit thing here, and that would be the perfect way to start the mass transit.
Awesome, thank you.
Yep.
All right, next question is, given the recent budget deficit discussions at the city, what are your ideas on how to optimize the budget to benefit our community now, as well as set us up for the future?
That one's actually, I've been doing some research into this. It's called Universal Basic Income. It's a tax. We have to rewrite a tax that we've already got because the state says we can't add any more taxes. So if we rewrite one of the taxes that we got, it would be basically anyone who lives here year round or works here and lives here, year round and works seasonally, but still lives here, will be able to get up to, anywhere from $500 to $750 with this. And all it is a tax on all the businesses that have anything to do with tourism. And I've already got a couple businesses saying that's a really good idea. We should have been doing this years ago, but now I think it's the right time to do that. And the best way to think of it would be kind of like Alaska, what they do up there.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one I've been thinking very, very hard on and trying to figure out how to implement that. And the only way I can find is rewriting one of our taxes that we just did in the past 10 years or whatever.
Okay. Awesome. Next question. In the business community, we are seeing similar problems with commercial space as residential in terms of affordability and availability, making it difficult for new and/or diversified businesses to establish themselves. What are your thoughts on possible solutions for this issue?
I kind of answered that with the first question, but it's making kind of like a new city limits type thing north of town, out by the Dead Horse Point turnoff in that direction. We have all that property and land out there that I know it's the view and this and that, but like I said, this valley is so jam-packed, we have to do something different.
All right. Next question is, in our city, there are divides between opinions, particularly around our economy. How have you found compromise and built, I'm going to start that question again because I got to scroll here, sorry.
That's all good.
Okay. In our city, there are divides between opinions, particularly around our economy. How have you found compromise and built unity in the past? And how do you plan on doing that in the future, specifically with the economic growth of Moab?
That's another one, the universal basic income. It comes down to that. Like, my whole life living here, I've always been just that far behind. But if with that income, that extra income, I would be that far ahead, and that right there would fix most of the housing issue. And if we move, like I said, if we move out north of town, out there, even out by the airport, start putting in some infrastructure out there, then we will have a mass transit unit, bus, whatever. That we just have to start growing up and realizing that we have to do something different, because what we're doing now is not working for everybody. It's only working for the businesses. I know they're good to bring in all the money. I very much enjoy all the jeeping and the UTV and all that stuff. It's just it's hard to justify it when I have to have 3 or 4 jobs just to pay rent and fill up my gas tank type thing. We just have to do something different, and north of town is the only other quick option of it, is moving that way. And there's already infrastructure starting out there. We just need to pursue it and actually get it up and going.
All right. And let's see here, last question. Economic diversification of Moab's tourism-based economy has been a topic of many local government discussions. What would your approach to diversification be in relation to the current established industry?
Well, we do need, like, all we have is tourism, basically. We do definitely need to bring some kind of industry in, but not so much restaurant industry, because we have plenty of that. And I've watched so many restaurants like show up and then fail. So, but, you know, we just need something like a few of the vitamin companies here in town. That's type of work we need to bring in, is just more things that can hire year round and have a decent pay with, you know, benefits and all that. That's what we need here. I feel like we are maxed out on the tourism. We have everything that we need. Are like in the tourism aspect, and it's time to diversify. You're right. It's time to change and get other things here, because it's I don't know. The way I see it is we are failing in so many different ways, except for on the tourism. Yes, we do bring a lot in, but we also need to realize that we're spending way too much money on the advertising for the tourism. And that money needs to be also put back into the community itself, instead of just, here's $20 million. And, you know, I went to Turkey and I seen Delicate Arch on a TV over there. And I was like, holy crap, that's a long ways away. So yes, we just need to add new business opportunities. And if we have that mass transit system, all this opportunity can open up.
All right. All right. So that's all of the questions that I have. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
And I'm going to turn a little bit of time over to Lonnie.
Okay.
I'm going to throw in one bonus question for you, Anthony.
All right.
In a minute or less, tell us why the business community should vote for you.
I know it's not going to be the business community has made so much money here, and everybody's saying there's not that much money in this town. I've worked here my entire life. I know exactly how much quit trashing the place. Sorry, somebody was throwing trash out their window. Yeah, but they make so much money. I've watched one business buy almost an entire city block in downtown Moab. So they just need to start like realizing that they need to participate in the American dream as much as the rest of us are.
All right.
Well, thank you for your time.
Yep.
Anthony, we'll let you know when we put these videos up on our website and social media.
Okay.
And if you have any questions, please let us know.
Okay, will do.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting me in.
Of course.
Yep.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye. See you later. Thanks.
All right. Thank you so much, Jason, for joining us here at the Chamber for this. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to Lonnie, who is our Chamber President. And we also have Shaylee. We're joined by Shaylee, our Vice President, Shaylee Bryant.
Cool. All right, Jason, thank you for joining us. As you may be aware of, the Moab Chamber of Commerce has the interest of local business at heart. All of our questions we have kind of based around business related answers is what we're hoping to hear from you. We do hope that you can give us a little bit of an insight on what your thoughts are on how business is going forward in Moab. So with that said, Lacey's going to ask you 5 questions. You're going to have 2 minutes to answer each question. And then I have a little bonus question at the end. So
bonus question. All right.
Bonus question.
My favorite ice cream.
Yes. Okay, so first of all, let's just give you a couple of minutes, Jason, to introduce yourself to our members and whoever else might watch this.
Okay. Well, thanks for having me on here. I appreciate it. Excited to be here. First of all, my name is Jason Taylor, and I came to Moab in 1995, and I came as a river guide. You know, I was looking for a summer job, and I moved down here from Utah Valley, and started coming down here guiding and driving a bus on the river road, and kind of working in the guiding industry. Which kind of led into doing 4x4 guiding and kind of doing hiking, whatever. You know, I kind of did that. And then I'd go back up to Utah County and go to school in the winter. I got married in 97, and my wife and I decided that we wanted to move to Moab full time. So we moved down here, and we've been down here ever since. I've worked for a couple different outfitting companies here in town, and I'm currently, for probably about the last 18 years, roughly, 19 years I've been with Western River Expeditions and the Moab Adventure Center, and which has been a great job. I've loved living here. During my time here, I've had the opportunity to work on a lot of boards. I've served on the Travel Council board. I've been on the chamber. I've been on the chamber board. I was president of the chamber for a couple of years, and then I've also worked with EMS for about 12 years. I was a EMT, an advanced EMT for them, and I've just really grown to love. I'm now raising 3 kids here in town who go to school here, and then my wife also works for Western River and the Moab Adventure Center as well, as a clothing buyer. So I've just really had Moab and really come to love the town and be a part of it. And I think this is the next step, is I just want to be a part of the city council to kind of see where Moab's going in the future.
Thank you. Awesome. All right, so the way this is going to go, I will ask the question and just have you answer. I'll set that timer. Do you want me to give you like a 10-second warning, or do you have the timer there that you can see?
I can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Okay, so first question, what role do you think our local government should play in the growth and development of local businesses?
Okay. I think the local government should play a role. You know, I think that they should make it, you know, local businesses are the lifeblood of any community. You know, they're the ones that are hiring people to work here. They're the ones that are helping the locals to put food on their table, you know, and to be able to live here. And I think that businesses need to be able to rely on local government to facilitate policies and laws and procedures which help businesses operate in this town. You know, I think that every city and town is going to have businesses that they want to come in, and then maybe those that don't fit into the city structure. And I think that the city needs to be very open about that. But those businesses that do employ people and then provide good quality jobs to locals and the local economy, I think very much so that the city needs to be an advocate for those types of businesses and be an advocate for helping the local economy and these businesses get on their feet and get going and have the resources that they need. So, yeah. But I also think they need to stay out of it to some extent and let businesses operate the way they should.
All right. Thank you. Next question. Given the recent budget deficit discussions at the city, what are your ideas on how to optimize the budget to benefit our community now, as well as set us up for the future?
Okay. Well, I think that this has been a very hot topic lately, and I think that, you know, the city needs to prioritize what it needs to accomplish in the next 10 years. And, you know, there are things that are going on in the city, such as we do have failing water lines, we do have failing sewer lines, and we need to come up with a with a plan on how we're going to fix that stuff and how we're going to update our infrastructure so that we are ready for the next 50, 60 years. And the budget is definitely a big part of that. I think that that we need to look at, government funding, government grants, to see if there's any money out there to help us with this. I think as much as possible, the city needs to rely on the funds that it has, that it needs to budget accordingly, to put money away to help fix these items. I don't know that everybody in the city is against having an imposed property tax if they know that tax is going for infrastructure. And I'm definitely opposed to any sort of tax that's going to help support, or help remedy tourism related costs. I think those need to be paid for by tourist taxes. And the locals, but the locals maybe need to help pay for infrastructure. And I think most locals are willing to do that if they know that it's going to sidewalks, sewers, water lines, and that sort of thing, and not to high wages of city employees and things like that. So I think that we need to stay within our budget, and we need to plan for long-term infrastructure repairs.
Thank you. All right, next question. Okay, in the business community, we are seeing similar problems with commercial space as residential in terms of affordability and availability, making it difficult for new and or diversified businesses to